Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video to this year's Spring Festival banner. And we have some new faces, a few familiar faces. And the first unit on the banner is Delthea. So she has an alt already with her fallen version, but she doesn't have too much. So here's her alt, and she has a really cute bunny hat. I like that. So she comes in as a blue mage cavalier, and she's pretty crazy. She's actually a really good unit. So funny thing about this is she actually has two pages of skills, as you can see, because the first weapon description is very long, so they had to fit it on the second page, which is really funny. But let's get into her weapon. So Bright Shell Egg. So this gives her -1 cooldown. At the start of turn, she inflicts speed res -6 on nearest foes within 5 spaces, which is ridiculous. It's pretty much automatic almost. And if a bonus is active on the unit or on her, or if a penalty is active on the foe, inflicts speed res -6 on foe, another speed res -6 on foe during combat, and then the following effects will happen based on the value of total bonuses on her and the value of penalties on the foe. So if it is greater, if the penalties and buffs add up to greater than or equal to 6, which is going to be really easy because she already gets -6 for free, she gets the partial no follow-up, and if it's greater than or equal to 18, the foe can counterattack. So the example in the parentheses, if unit has +6 bonus to attack and speed, and the foe has a -6 penalty to attack and speed, that is 24 because it's +6. Attack and speed's 12, and then another -6 to attack and speed is 12, so that'd be 24. So really easy activation for this weapon, because she just gets a free speed res -6 on the foe for just existing. And yeah, so very good weapon for sure. And you know, having the partial no follow-up and the fire sweep effect, that's like no joke. So if it's greater than or equal to 18, the foe can counterattack. So that is like really good. Of course, she's going to be struggling against like Ascended Fiorm and stuff because she's blue, and you know, Ascended Fiorm has no C disrupt. But against a lot of other characters and units, this is going to be a really strong weapon. And of course, they have to explain the bonus and penalty, so that's partially why it's so long. And then she comes with Glimmer to abuse that high attack stat and high damage output, and then attack speed catch to further abuse the fact that she's giving penalties to the foe, of course. And then on the second page, she comes with Speed Res Far Trace, which is, you know, common on any kind of premium range cav these days, and then Rouse Attack Speed 4 to give her buffs to, you know, help with her weapon. So yeah, really stacked kit, and very strong for sure. Definitely going to be one of the best and strongest blue mage cavs. And the next unit on the banner is Maria, the character I'm most excited for, because, you know, Maria is the precious little sister of the MACEDON siblings. I love the MACEDON siblings and their whole dynamic. Even if their story is really sad, I'm just glad to see them, you know, in their spring versions being happy for once, you know, because if you guys have played the Arcanine games, you guys know the whole thing with them. But yeah, I'm glad she's getting an alt, and right after her sister, her big sister Minerva got one last year, and she's following in her footsteps because she is an Axe Cavalier, or sorry, Axe Flyer, just like her big sister. So her kit is pretty crazy. So it might not look too crazy, but it actually is pretty good. So Pastel Poleaxe gives her defense +3 and gives her the IOT shield, so she's not weak to any bows or you know, wind magic, or you know, Excalibur and stuff like that. And if she's alive, essentially, she grants +5 to everything and deals damage equal to 20% of unit's defense, and then reduces damage from foe's attack by 20% of her defense. And then also restores HP to her and her allies within 2 space after combat. So she is really stacked in the defense department. She's pretty much the bulkiest little girl ever. So giving her +5 to everything, having IOT shield, having damage reduction, and then also having true damage based on her defense, and then also giving healing to herself and her allies. So really good weapon, even though the description isn't the longest. So Pastel Poleaxe is no joke. Comes with Rally Speed Defense Plus, Attack Defense Push 4. You know, the recoil is going to be offset by the healing, so that's why they gave it to her. And also they just give her more defense. And then Flow Flight 3. So we have a new flight skill. You know, the Wyvern and Pegasus flight skills, they can be good, but they're kind of niche. There isn't too many flyers that can use it that well. And now we have a new one. So this one is basically entirely player phase, because it only works if you initiate combat, but it gives you more stuff if you initiate. So it gives you the partial no follow-up, which is good. And then also, if the unit's speed is greater than or equal to foe speed -10, which is, you know, the check that we've seen on Pegasus and Wyvern Flight, deals damage during combat, 70% of difference between defense stats. So, you know, it does check the defense. So it's got the defensive stat check. Pegasus Flight has the res check. But the difference is this time it also reduces damage from foes' attack. So before, I think the Wyvern and Pegasus would give the debuff, which is good, you know, to make yourself bulkier. But this one just straight up gives you damage reduction, depending on the difference of your defense. So, you know, Full Fight pretty much in a sense gives you more bang for your buck, although it doesn't work in enemy phase. So I'd say this skill is like a slight upgrade. I guess it depends. Maria here can definitely function in both phases, so this is a really good skill for her, and we'll have to see. There's probably a lot of other units that can use it well. Maybe Volter could use it. He's got pretty good defense, and he would like to initiate as well, so this could be pretty good for him as well, and probably some other units I can't think of, but you know, Maria here is really bulky. She's got so much defense with her weapon, and then attack defense push, and she's probably going to have really high defense. So Minerva, I keep calling her Minerva because she's just like her sister, you know, wearing being a flyer here. But Maria here definitely is a lot like she's the bulkiest little girl ever, so she's definitely no joke. And it's funny that she's probably going to be a better flyer than her sister. Yeah, so that is Maria. I'm glad she's getting an ult finally. And the next unit on the banner is Henry. I definitely did not expect Henry to be on this banner, but I guess he can fit on any seasonal because he's such a silly guy, right? And he's a bow cavalier. He is the demote of this banner. Judging by his kit, he has brazen attack defense, but his weapon here, carrot tip bow, you know, effective against flying, and then to start combat if foes HP is equal in or greater. Why did I start over that? 75% over penalties active on the foe, grants attack defense +5, and then deals damage equal to total attack defense penalties on the foe. So, you know, a lot of penalty action going with these weapons. And then rally defense res plus, brazen attack defense, and attack defense ruse. So ruse skills, you know, they're not the easiest skills to get, but at this point I feel like they should demote them more, like they are here in a sense, giving out a 4-star unit. Because I mainly see ruse skills in arena, and they're definitely good for arena, but other than that I don't really see them that much. And then brazen attack defense, which is, you know, the indication he's a demote. So going to be a popular merge project for a lot of people. I like Henry. He's one of my favorite awakening characters, to be honest, because he's just funny. And you know, I don't mind seeing him getting another alt. I think this is the second one, because his previous one was the Halloween, I think. I could be missing another one, but he doesn't have like a million alts, so that is Henry. So going to be a decent merge project for sure, because he is a bow cavalier. So yeah, and bow cavaliers are always nice. So that is Spring Henry. And then the star of the banner, the harmonized hero, Sonya and Tharja. They look definitely amazing. Dazzling rabbits. So definitely a harmonized hero I didn't expect to happen, but it does kind of make sense because, you know, they are the two hot lady mages of their games, and they're both dark mages, so it makes sense from that front. And they have a pretty crazy weapon and pretty good kit. So Magic Rabbits gives them -1 cooldown, and then also at the start of turn 1 grants them -2 cooldown on top of the -1, so basically -3 at the start of turn 1. And then the unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces. So this effect right here, we've seen it before on Halloween Naui, and you know, she can be pretty crazy with the movement. But the difference is here that this unit here can actually hit really hard. So, you know, it's going to be a threat to deal with her if you don't have any answers to her, because she can just move and hit you when you don't expect it. So that movement stuff is no joke. And then if she initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants another attack, or not another, but it grants attack +4 and speed +6, and on top of that, a bonus to her attack equal to the unit's max special cooldown count value ×3. So yeah, pretty crazy weapon, giving her a lot of offensive stats and the movement utility, which is going to be wild. And the higher her cooldown count, I guess, the better, because she can times it by 3 and then add that to her attack. So Magic Rabbit's pretty solid weapon, and it comes with Luna to pierce through any kind of tanks. Attack speed unity, which is good because the only other unit with that before was Brave Marianne, so good to see that another unit with it, even if they are seasonal. Chill defense res, which is and then we have a new speed res hold skill, which is pretty much a better version of the Rhine skills, which is kind of crazy because I feel like Rhine skills are still relatively new. I know Brave Claude, I guess it's almost been 2 years at this point, but the fact that we're getting another pretty much power creep version of the Rhine skills is pretty crazy. So this inflicts the same amount of debuffs, except it's 3 spaces instead of 2. So it's not like super duper crazy, but it's kind of like, I'd say it's almost like a solo 4 to a solo 3, but it's still, you know, a direct upgrade. I'm kind of salty that they didn't put like attack defense hold on Legendary Sheeta, because he just came out, and they definitely could have given that to Sheeta, and now they're giving the hold to the banner right after, which I'm kind of salty about because I did just pull for Sheeta. They did come on, give Sheeta the attack defense hold. I mean, maybe they didn't think of it at the time, but it's pretty crazy that they're just giving a new better Rhine skill basically. So that is harmonized Sonya and Tharja. So yeah, I like their art a lot. I know some people might not like it. I mean, not everybody's a fan of the bunny suits, but they definitely look really, really good. And I'm glad Sonya got an alt because she doesn't have an alt, I don't think. So this is her first one, and I'm glad she's the lead instead of Tharja because Tharja definitely already has enough alts. So Sonya here, definitely, I like Sonya better as a character anyway, so I'm glad Sonya is the lead. And of course, the Harmonized skill, granting special cooldown 2 to unit and allies from the same titles, and then attack plus 6 and Resonance Blades. So pretty good Harmonized skill, but of course only works on Awakening or Shadows of Valentia characters. So that is everybody on the banner pretty much. It's a solid banner. I don't think it's like super duper must pull. None of the skills are super duper must pull unless you really want the new speed res hold skill. But it's like a minimal upgrade. It's not that much of an upgrade compared to the Rhine skills. I mean, people are still going to use the Rhine skills. But you know, if you're a huge fan of these characters, definitely pull on this banner because they have a lot of fan favorites. Delthea is a fan favorite. Henry, Sonya and Tharja, of course, and Maria is still relatively popular. I mean, I like Maria a lot, but not enough to pull for her because for two reasons: I'm broke and I really need to save my orbs. So, and the Tempest Trial unit is Luthier, so he's another fan favorite. You know, somewhat. I think Delthea is a little more popular than her brother here, but you know, from what I've seen, a lot of people like Luthier and are happy he's getting an alt. But sadly, he is a Lance Cavalier, so he's put into that pool of a million of those. Kind of wish he was a Lance Infantry or something. I don't know why they got to make him a Cavalier. But he is a Lance Cavalier. He obviously will have the Gen 6 BST, so that's good for him. But he has no PRF, and his weapon's probably going to be similar to Henry's. So, you know, decent weapon, but it's not going to make him stand out or anything. I just hope he has decent fodder, decent skills, and good art, of course. So, yeah, we basically have a mainly Shadows of Valentia bunny banner, which I like a lot, and Maria, of course. And speaking of Maria, Maria is actually, if you guys didn't notice, she's the 5th consecutive unit that's from MACEDON that is on a spring banner. And I actually made a tweet about it to celebrate because you guys know I love Arcanea. And yeah, so 5 consecutive years. I didn't think it would actually happen because I thought last year with Minerva getting her spring alt, with Maria's big sister getting one, that would be it. I knew there'd be a chance of getting Michaelis and Maria, but we ended up getting Maria. So that is 5 straight years. So they were like, we're not ending with just the White Wings. We're actually going to do everybody from MACEDON, which is hilarious. So next year, I fully expect Michaelis, and then maybe after that we get Lena or Mathis, which would be really funny. Because Michaelis is definitely going to be a character a lot of people want to see in a bunny suit because, you know, it's basically fan service for the ladies. And Michaelis, you know, because he hates everything, seeing him in a bunny suit would be actually really funny. So I kind of hope it happens next year because we did have Minerva, we have Maria, and then next year it's got to be Michaelis, right? Like, they've done this pattern that, like, we've gotten so far with this pattern at this point. Like, I'd be disappointed if it didn't happen. So maybe next year we will get bunny Michaelis. So that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, I just want to make that tweet, basically showcasing 5 straight years of MACEDON siblings, and I'm always happy whenever Arcanea gets stuff. So definitely a huge W for me, even though if I'm not going to pull for Maria. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the spring banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below if you do comment, and good luck if you summon, because there's definitely good stuff here, of course, but nothing like super duper must pull or like super meta skills, I'd say, you know. But if, of course, if you're a fan for these characters, definitely good luck. This banner does last for a month, and Henry, of course, the male is the demote, so he'll be a decent merge project for sure. We'll have to see what their stats are like. But yeah, hopefully I get somebody good on the free pool. Hopefully I get Maria on the free pool. That'd be really nice. Because I think it's super adorable that she's a menace. She's just a cute little menace princess on a wyvern, just like her big sister. So yeah, that is the video, guys. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble as always, and stay safe out there, and peace out.